And we are certainly in a stretch of cold weather here early in the week.
Yeah, but another blast of cold air is on the way, potentially bringing the coldest weather of the season. Storm Team 2 meteorologist Cameron Saliga is digging deeper into what a polar vortex is and why it matters to Dayton.
Temperatures early this week will be in the teens, with overnight lows near zero. And that may seem warm compared to next week, as it is becoming increasingly likely that we will see polar air shoot down into the Miami Valley. This is a result of a phenomenon known as the polar vortex.
The polar vortex is just a spinning of the Earth's atmosphere higher up in the higher latitudes, the polar regions, and at about 20 miles up off of the surface.
That air usually doesn't interact with the weather at the surface, constrained by a strong polar jet stream. But occasionally that jet can weaken, and the cold air can sink south into the United States.
A strong polar vortex will, the jet stream goes from west to east, and a strong polar vortex is going to come in here and disrupt that. So it'll slow down the jet stream, and if it's strong enough, it could possibly change that direction higher up in the atmosphere.
How does that cold air well above the ground reach the surface? When there are disturbances in the polar vortex, mixing of the stratosphere and troposphere can get that air closer to the surface.
Polar vortex is changing things around in the upper atmosphere. And what we need to do is the upper air with the polar vortex needs to get down to the surface. Now, that doesn't always happen when you have a strong polar vortex, but generally that is the case.
There is no cause for panic with this potential cold air outbreak, as long as you wear the proper amount of clothes and stay warm. On the 2 News patio, meteorologist Cameron Saliga, 2 News.